Last 7 days, they're up 174% on views. So they got 31,000 views on the channel. So they got 3,800 subscribers in the last 7 days, which is good. They are only selling like 75 pay-per-views. Even if I wanted to buy a pay-per-view, where do I do it? There's no link to a website, man. Okay, so if you're like me and maybe a lapsed wrestling fan, you may have still tuned in to the Wrestlers documentary on Netflix that profiled the current state of affairs over at Ohio Valley Wrestling. And one of the things that they really talked about quite a bit on there is an inability to sell tickets. The fact that they couldn't sell out that little venue actually made me pretty curious about what types of things they were doing on their YouTube channel. And they're not really doing a whole lot, unfortunately. But I don't like to criticize without providing solutions. So we're going to go through the Ohio Valley Wrestling TV YouTube channel, take a look at what they're doing right, take a look at what they're doing wrong, and really propose some solutions so they can start selling out that venue every Thursday, which I'm sure they will have no trouble doing because of how good that documentary is on Netflix. So let's dive in right now, take a look at it. So one of the first things I noticed about the OVW YouTube channel is this trailer here is from 3 years ago. OVW Open 2020. Now, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Trailers don't really matter a whole lot on your YouTube channel, in my opinion. But the fact that this one is there and it's from 3 years ago and it's just been sitting there for that long, it kind of makes the channel look a little inactive. But you do see that they are uploading regularly. This is from 6 hours ago. And you'll see these ones from a few days ago. They're kind of trying to capitalize on the buzz that they're getting from the documentary. They're featuring some of the older matches that are profiled on that Netflix documentary. But you'll notice one thing also about the titles of these videos. OVW TV 1257, Going the Distance. OVW TV 1195, James Storms versus Shira. That one's actually titled pretty well. Other than the OVW TV 1195, that's what I'm trying to drive home here. Is we don't need the OVW TV episodic number being on the titles. That poses no SEO value whatsoever for the videos. This would be perfect if they would just omit the OVW TV 1195. And also, they didn't space out James Storm's name. So someone who's going to search James Storm, they might not get it, actually. I think the association with him and the Wrestlers documentary may lend itself to this being found by potential searchers, but still, that's poor practice from a titling standpoint. Right here in the description, there is no description. So there's no links, there's nowhere to buy tickets, there's no information about where this was filmed, how you can be a part of a broadcast, there's no information there about any upcoming broadcasts. So even on the back end of the video, let's see if they have any elements that we can click that will tell us when the next stream is. Let's see here. No, we just see Gladiator Sports Network. That back end of your YouTube video is prime real estate to be promoting products on your website, promoting upcoming events in the case of OVW, because OVW has stated in the Wrestlers documentary that they are only selling like 75 pay-per-views. And yeah, I think the exposure on Netflix is going to uplift that a little bit, but even if I wanted to buy a pay-per-view, where do I do it? There's nowhere here to do it. If I even click the about, okay, I want to go and buy a pay-per-view, there's no link to a website, man. I mean, what are you going to sell? There's no link. So let's see what they're doing on the community tab. Not doing anything on the community tab. This is prime real estate where they should be promoting outbound links to their website where people can either buy tickets to live events or they can actually buy a pay-per-view. I mean, they stated they only sold 75 pay-per-views. Right here is your prime real estate where you could be promoting that stuff. And I'll show you an example of a company that's doing that correctly. Go to AEW, you'll see right here, 17 hours ago, they're promoting Andrade. I think that's how you say his name. Right here, they're promoting Moxley. But right here, AEWTix.com. Where does that take you? That takes you to buy tickets, man. Here's all their upcoming events. You're not doing anything. Over at OVW, you look, there's nothing on the community tab. And like I said, there's no outbound link whatsoever to even buy tickets or to even find out when events are. AEW is doing it perfect here. That's another thing I want to talk about on the homepage of OVW. It's something about AEW's YouTube channel homepage. They're actually promoting their next pay-per-view right here. You have the date, you have the time, you have that it's live on pay-per-view, the name of the event, and if we even look at how this looks on mobile, so it doesn't matter a whole lot, but what's right here front and center? The website. Takes you right to the website, right? It's OVW Live, that's for sure. Why not have every Thursday live, every Thursday. And now that we're talking about the live features of OVW, I think it's interesting that they're not taking their weekly show live on YouTube. Imagine how much engagement they could get if they took this show live on YouTube. Okay, they're on TV. It was kind of communicated by the ownership group in that wrestler's documentary that Al Snow has a fixation on television. TV doesn't matter anymore, man. What would you rather have a big following from? Television, which I don't think too many people watch anymore, or would you want to be on YouTube, which the whole world is watching? So, okay, you can't sell tickets to your weekly events to the whole world, but you can sell pay-per-views to quite a few people in the world. Right now, they're selling 75. If they were going live weekly on YouTube and engaging that chat room during their live streams, what do you think it would be like for them? They would be selling tons of pay-per-view because you're giving people a taste with that weekly show. NWA has gone to that whole model. They have over 200,000 more subscribers in OVW. Now let's take a look at their live streams. Let's see how they're performing. So this was the last episode. It's got 59,000 views. Streamed 12 days ago. They are promoting the community tab, but even NWA doesn't get it right. Where's that HTTPS, man? Who's checking this stuff? You got to check it, man. You got to check it. Doesn't look like they've done it correctly yet, but this video is not about NWA. This is about OVW. We already talked about how they're not titling their videos right. Emphasize who the main event is. These thumbnails are okay. See, these thumbnails here are horrible. You never want to do this, because what does it look like? They all look the same. So who's to say? Who's to say I've seen this video or that video? How can I differentiate? I'm not going to be able to read that little text on there because I'm going to be most likely watching on mobile. So it's just going to all blend together. All that blends together. Everyone's just going to just scroll right past that. It's kind of lazy, actually. These are decent thumbnails. I mean, they don't need this future is now. I might do more wrestlers in this area of the thumbnail, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's showing some action shots, so that's actually going to get people interested. Luckily, it looks like they did a change of course 6 months ago. But even this, I mean, can't we get a better, more engaging thumbnail than this? You can do other things, but they're not giving it their all. And, money is an issue at OVW, so it is quite possible that maybe they don't want to pay anybody to do it. We kind of seen a little bit of back and forth where the ownership group was saying, hey, if you don't earn your keep around here, we're not paying you anymore. You're going to be fired. So, I mean, if we click, I just randomly click this one, right? So this one actually has a description on it. There's no links here, though. Still, there's no links, man. It's like, come on. And look at all these comments. Are they replying to the comments? No. No replies to the comments. These are people who could potentially buy your pay-per-view that you could be engaging. You could be engaging these guys, and you're not doing anything with it. And let's see the back end. Do we have some calls to action here? Or is it going to just be that logo again? Yep. Gladiator. Same thing. Now, luckily, being on Netflix is probably going to bring in a lot of foot traffic. It might sell some more pay-per-views. It's going to get people interested. But okay, you're getting people interested. What's one of the primary places where people watch wrestling? Yeah, people watch the Fight app. There's nothing wrong with Fight. But people are also going to come to your YouTube channel. And this is what they're going to see, even if they want to buy the pay-per-view. There's going to be no way for them to do it. There's no links, man. There's no links. And look, I've been aware of OVW since it started. I love Jim Cornette. I love classic wrestling. I want to see people succeed. It's important. And watching that documentary, Wrestlers, you see the heart and soul of the company, man. I mean, look at Al Snow. He's such a selfless guy. So hopefully somebody involved in that group will take a look at this and start to rectify some of these issues and clean this up. And that may very well happen as more money comes into the picture from being on the Wrestlers documentary. You're going to be bringing more people to your event. You're going to be selling more merchandise, selling more pay-per-views. So, they might clean some stuff up. But they could do this on their own. They don't need to go hire a big agency. They could do all this on their own. It's just a matter of going in the community tab and promoting like AEW and doing it the right way. Don't copy NWA. They forgot the HTTPS. And also on the live side, take your show live on here, man. Forget about your local affiliates. I understand it's helping you locally, but dude, the people locally are watching YouTube. They're not watching TV, man. Especially your prime demos. They're watching this. If NWA is here, if AEW is running Dark and Dark Elevation on YouTube, don't you think it would make sense to go live on YouTube? And I had one other example. These guys went live with Junior Dos Santos' last fight, and they just gave it away for free on here. Now, they probably had enough sponsorship, but look at that. 9 days ago, 1.1 million views. I'm excited about this. And you know what? Here's the thing. I watched that event for free. If they offer one for 20 bucks or maybe even 30 bucks, I enjoyed that event so much, man, that I'd probably be willing to buy, or at least I would consider it, you know? And look, community tab. They're doing the community tab. All those pictures from the last fights, getting people wondering, when's the next fight? What about shorts? We didn't even talk about shorts. They got all these shorts on here. OVW? OVW doesn't have any shorts. So if I was running the OVW channel, first thing I would do is I'd be making shorts for every single person that was profiled in Rustlers. And I would go back to that Rustlers documentary and see what specific matches, like this one was a focal point, the mother-daughter hardcore match. I would be taking shorts and little instances from that and just pumping that out, man, because these people are going to become pretty popular. And the downside to that is if they're not making enough money at OVW, they're going to be taking bookings probably across the country. I wouldn't doubt it. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's the whole idea. But since there's high visibility on these specific wrestlers, I'd be creating countless shorts, man. I'm not saying you got to release 5 a day, but at least 1 a day with all these pivotal moments that were profiled on Netflix, and even maybe some other moments that were behind the scenes or parts of the matches that people didn't see on Netflix. You could be putting that out in shorts and just pumping. Because they're actually getting a lot of interest on here. You can see it right here. So they're up for, let's say, the last week, last 7 days. They're up 174% on views, okay? Last 7 days, they got 31,000 views on the channel. Subscribers, they're up 3,700%. So they got 3,800 subscribers in the last 7 days, which is good. And they've put up 2 new videos in the last 7 days. But imagine all the potential they're leaving on the table because they don't have any links. There's no links, man. But I'm not trying to rant. I want to see them do well. I really loved the show. The documentary's great. If you have Netflix, watch it. Wrestlers documentary. But I kind of thought I would go through and profile about why I think they're not selling any tickets to their shows and not selling any pay-per-views. There's no way for people to buy. People don't know. You got to lead people. That's why they're called leads. You're leading to a sale. So hopefully Al Snow or the ownership or somebody sees this video and lets them know there's a lot of things they can be doing on their YouTube channel that'll drastically improve business. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and comment below, like the video, share it with somebody. Share it with somebody in Ohio Valley Wrestling. If you'd like for me to take a look at your channel and maybe see what type of improvements you can do, go ahead and leave the channel below and I'll take a look at it and let you know what I would do if I were in your shoes. You know, at Video SEO Club, I'm all about trying to help people out, bring everyone up to the next level. So I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you on the next one.